Hello crypto boys and ghouls, and welcome back to the channel Tales from the Cryptmancer, where we feature content on play and earn games on the blockchain such as Splinterlands. And in today's video I just wanted to answer some questions from my YouTube videos comments section and just kind of do it live and unedited here as I'm recording this and just see what we see. So if you kind of want a rough version of content, it's going to be this, right? It's not going to be pretty, but bear with me here. The questions that I want to help answer in this exercise today is one, how do you spot a bot? Because that's been a question that's come across in my comments. And then also a number of people have asked, just how bad is the bot problem really? And I figured we can go through and see for ourselves, and you can take the data and do what you want with it. So I'm in here in PeakMonsters. Let's take a look here. I'm going to my cards. I've enlarged the screen here just so the fonts and the text can be seen a little bit better on YouTube. So I'm looking at my deck and I'm renting it out right now. So we're seeing my card list in alphabetical order. Let's just see what we see here. So I'm going to start Adelaide Brightwing. First card's being rented out for 7.944 DEC a day. It's going to this user. Right away when I look at this username, it looks like a bot name. It ends with a digit number, and it's just a bunch of random nonsense here, NIN, SPL. So seems suspicious, but let's see what we see. Go to PeakMonsters here. I'm going to go to Explorer, I'm going to go to Player, I'm going to copy paste that player ID here, and let's see. Alright, we see it's selling some cards, it's claiming some rewards, it's renting some cards, selling some cards, claiming some rewards. Okay. So it's not aggregating anything to a central user like other bot farms do, but let's dive a little deeper here and let's see the account itself. So we click on the name here and we can see that this card or this account has exactly 15,345 collection power. And okay, so that's kind of a bot warning. 15,000 is the cutoff for Silver 3. You can see the card that I'm renting here to this user. And I'm going to filter now on owned cards. I'm going to see what cards this player owns. Let's see. Owned. Yes. All right. So this account owns no cards. Has no cards that it owns. But it is renting 15,000 collection power. And it looks like, well, it's got some cards for sale, right? So it does own some cards, right? These are the cards that are for sale. They're all Chaos Age reward cards, 4 of them. Let me just make sure I check that owned box. It looks like the scrolling was a little off there. So owned, yeah. So all the cards, the 4 cards it owns, are all for sale on the market. And if we look at the cards that it has that it's renting, right? So if you're renting for Silver 3 and you're a human being, you're going to rent cards that are going to help you climb. Probably like a summoner, might be valuable. But look at what it's renting. It's renting a level 3 Jinbilka and a level 1 Jinbilka, right? So you don't need 2 Jinbilkas as a human player. It's renting 3 copies of Mycelic Morphoids, right? Level 7s for collection power, obviously. It's renting, a Wavesmith and a River Hellendale and a Pelicord Deceiver level 5. So it's not renting any cards to climb with from a specific splinter or for any purpose. So chances are that this is a bot that is farming and selling the cards as it farms. Okay, so there you go. That was player number 1 in our Whack-A-Bot game. Go back to Explorer here and queue up for our next rental. The next rental here is Air Elemental. It's this user here. Let's see what this user is doing. Go to Explorer. We've got a transfer from this user 5 hours ago to this user. And it's transferring, surprise, surprise, Chaos Legion reward card. My guess is this is a bot sale account, AA Floki. And let's see his activity here. It's claiming reward, it's transferring cards, it's renting some cards, it's claiming rewards, it's transferring cards. Oh, look, Luan Pro VIP. Okay, so it's transferring cards to different accounts. This one's going to Peyton QESC, bunch of transfers. Okay, interesting. Let's see what we can see here with this user. Okay, let's first go into the account itself, and then we'll look at its transfer history. So we're going into this Pro Haskim account. Oh, surprise, surprise. It's got 15,085 collection power. Okay, that's a unique number to have, right? And if we go to owned cards, oh yeah, it doesn't own any cards. Okay, interesting. And let's see what it's renting. It's renting my Air Elemental. It's renting a Blinding Reflector, a Bone Golem, a Jin Apprentice, a bunch of Jin Renovas, a bunch of Harclaws, a bunch of Highland Archers, a bunch of Mycelic Infantry, a bunch of Pellicore Deceivers. Yeah, just a bunch of junk. So this is obviously a bot, right? So let's go back here and let's see what this bot is doing. It's transferring to 3 different accounts. The first one is AA Floki. Let's take a look at this account. All right, interesting. This account has 137,000 collection power with a value of $563. And it's got, it looks like a bunch of Chaos Legion cards here. Okay, let's see what it's doing here. So these are all for sale. Chaos Legion cards are all for sale. It's got a bunch of O'Shaughnessy's for sale. So it looks like a sale account, right? Everything here is pretty much for sale, except for some of those Gorgar Lions, which must be new. So it looks like a sale account. Everything here is for sale. If you look on the right-hand column here, every card in this account is up for sale, except for some of these newer reward cards, which probably just got transferred in and haven't been listed for sale yet, right? So, okay. You can probably flag this as a bot sale account. And what we can do is I can open another window here and I can look at the Explorer history for this user and see how many other bot accounts are feeding the sale account. So we go here, we go to player, go here, and let's go to transfers, transfer cards. Oh, looky, looky, looky. We just found another bot farm. This is a bot account, that's a bot account, that's a bot account. All these are bot accounts. All these transfers, all these unique account names here. This is, well, our first, if we were going bot fishing, this would be our first catch of the day, right? So, you know, we're 2 for 2 on bots from the rental perspective, and we've already found our first bot sale account. Look at all this. This is just from an hour ago. Like, I mean, look at all these transfers from an hour ago from all these accounts. I mean, I'm gonna start doing page downs now instead of scrolling. Look at this. If you don't think the bots are extracting value at an unimaginable scale, look at this. I'm just scrolling down here. This is all the bot accounts here from the last, now it's at 2 hours. Look at this. I mean, how long do you want me to scroll down here? How many bot accounts do we want to see here? Just from this one account, AA Floki. Look at this. All unique accounts. Wow. Let's see how deep the rabbit hole goes for this account. How big is this farm? I'm page down here. This is about roughly 12 accounts per click that we're seeing here. We're just on 4 hours of transfers, right? Let's see some of these transfers. Ooh, Jin Chwala, that's a good bot. Look at this, more. Ooh, nice. That's a good gold find there. Yeah, I mean, this is. I mean, this has got to be a bot farm of several thousand accounts. We're just in 4 hours of transfers, and we've probably gone through probably about 500 account names already. We'll stop here. I mean, you get the point. I mean, this is a bot sale account. But let's see what else, because remember this. This account was transferring to not just a Floki, but another account. Let's see where else it was transferring to. It was going to Luan Pro VIP. All right, let's see how pro this person is. It's got 907,000 collection power with a $6,000 account value. And it looks like it owns a lot of cards that are real cards. So nothing's for sale here. Yeah, I guess they have a Generator for sale. But right, so it's got, looks like a real account. Real cards. It's got like a failed summoner here, feasting seaweed. So my guess is this is the bot owner's real account. This is the true identity of the user right here. It's probably their main account. Let's see what other transfer we saw here. Yeah, that was the same one, Luan. And we got Peyton here. Peyton Q-esque. This is an 18,000 CP account with a value of $191. And it looks like another bot account. It's renting about 15,000 CP and it's renting just a bunch of junk. Let's see what it owns. Yeah, it owns no cards. And let's see what it's selling. Well, it's selling no cards because it doesn't have any cards that it owns. Okay, so it just happens to be one of its bot accounts. It looks like it just transferred some cards here to delegate to this account. Okay. All right, let's go and take a look at our third card here, the Albatross that we're renting. And this is going to Bandao 874. And let's take a look at this user. Claimed some rewards, rented some cards. Oh, it transferred to Alpsy. All right, rewards claimed, rented some cards. Oh, there we go, another transfer to Alpsy. Well, let's take a look at the initial account. I'm guessing this is a bot account renting 15,000 collection power and owns no cards. Let's see. There's a card that I rented to him, right, this Albatross. It actually is renting 15,045 collection power. Ooh, surprise, surprise. Let's see what cards it owns. Owns one card, a Pellicor Mercenary that I probably just pulled from rewards today. All right, so this is obviously a bot account. Let's go back and let's see the bot sale account, probably, where it transferred the cards, reward cards to. This is Alpsy. Okay, interesting. It's got 576,000 collection power with a value of $1,800. It's got some Chaos Legion cards here. Bunch of Chaos Legion cards, and here's the sale cards. You got a bunch of Jinchwalas for sale. Yeah, looks like the sale account here. Bunch of Jinchwalas for sale. A bunch. When I say a bunch, I'm still scrolling here. Still scrolling through all the Jinchwalas it's got for sale. Okay, well, it's got a lot of Jinchwalas for sale. So if anyone out there wants to buy some Jinchwalas or maybe some Jin O'Shaughnesses as well, it looks like, or some Jin Renovas, you know, hit up Alpsy here. They can probably hook you up. So yeah, this is the sale account for this bot account. Well, let's see how deep this bot farm is, if it's a small one or a big one. It looks like we got our second fish catch for the day, our bot fish. Man, we're getting good at this fishing stuff. Let's see. I can scroll up here. Okay, let's get Alpsy's history here. Let's see what our boy Alpsy's got going on here. This is Alpsy here. Let's go and search on transfer of cards. Oh, wow. Look at this. What do you know? A bunch of bot accounts from 5 hours ago from this transfer. Let's see how deep this rabbit hole goes. Oh yeah, looks like a decent sized bot farm. Yeah. All the transfers happening scheduled at 5 hours ago. I mean, let's see, I'll just page down and see how bad this is. These are all unique account names. These are all bots. Yep. Just printing away money with the tome of mystical knowledge here. That's, yeah. 5 hour, oh geez. Page down, page down, page down. Blah, blah. Yeah. Nothing to see here, everyone. Nothing to see. Just extraction. Pure extraction. Alright. Well, this is just from 5 hours. It's still within an hour's worth of transfers, and we've paged down about 30 times at least. I'm clicking the page down as fast as I can. I feel like I'm playing a video game here. Yeah, these are all bot accounts. Probably several thousand here as well from Alpsy. So yeah, there you go. Another bot farm exposed. So if you're wondering, you know, how bad bots are pervasive in this game, I mean, I guess I just went through my first 3 rentals. We already found 2 bot farm with probably several thousand bots associated with it. Just in my first 3 rental cards. I mean, let's just look at the rental names. I mean, I don't have to make this a, you know, an hour-long video. I mean, look at this. We got, I'm guessing this is probably a bot. I mean, that's probably a bot. That's probably a bot. That's probably a bot. I'm betting that's one as well. This is one as well. Probably this one too. I mean, I don't know about this one. It doesn't have a number, but not all the bot names that we're finding have numbers on them. That's probably a bot. There's another Bandao. We know that's a bot. I mean, all of these. Look at all these names. I mean, look, just look. Even the ones that don't have numbers, if they're just a mishmash of someone smashing their head against the keyboard, it's a bot. I'm gonna bet you money right here. This MNKJBJMB is a bot. I mean, who names their user account and Splinter names? If you're a human, are you really gonna create your Splinterlands account and smash your hand against the keyboard and that's gonna be your account for life? I don't think so. But let's just see if I'm wrong here. Let's go and let's search up this user. Oh, it reclaims some rewards and transfer to Aaron. We already know that's a bot farm. We featured that in one of our videos, I believe. It's definitely one I've researched. I guarantee you it's a bot sale account. Let's just click into it here. Let's just filter on transfers. You can see all the magic here. And let's go back to Explorer. Let's enter the spot farm user. Let's look at transfer cards. Oh boy, look at this. 3 minutes ago, a minute ago, 2 minutes ago. Look at all these accounts. Actually, with this particular account, Aaron, I believe the total count of accounts on this one that I was able to track out was around between 5,000 and 6,000. So, yeah. And if anyone wants the data, I mean, Splinterlands has it. So, it's, yeah. So, I mean, going back to this, I mean, this is a bot account. I'm pretty sure this is as well. I mean, probably this one too. I mean, so here's the takeaway, right? For everyone out there that says there's no problems with bots, bots are part of the game, and it's just what the we're working with here. Yes, I understand that, but we also have to be aware that this is also a risk, right? Because again, if you watch my last video, it's called More Tales, right? It talks about the risk of having a fundamentally small group of bot farm owners that have a disproportionately large amount of bot accounts that farm rewards and sell the cards to URI for cheap prices. But again, remember, all of those accounts, there's many accounts, just probably within these 7 bot farm sale accounts that we found, I'm guessing it's probably close to 40,000 unique bot accounts just in those 7 users. I'm not even joking. I can give you the data and you can see for yourself. but that's 40,000, let's say between 30, definitely over 30,000 and probably close to 40,000 between 7 accounts that we have identified, not even trying, right? And what does that mean? Well, if there's 400,000 users daily active in the game, and just 7 accounts have 40,000 users, or at least 30,000 users, that doesn't worry you a little bit? I mean, so here's the takeaway. Again, everything's fine if the rank reward system changes, makes bot owners and bot farms, rent or buy cards to continue to farm, right? That there's the utopian balance that we see. What happens if, Aaron and Alpsy and AA Floki here, what happens if they don't want to farm anymore and it's not profitable for them to farm? Those 7 users, boom, flip a switch. As soon as rank rewards are released, there's 40,000 accounts that are gone from the game. They're not renting anymore, right? So all that DEC that I'm getting from renting to all these bots, I lose that source of income. The rentals go away. And number 2, the cheap reward cards also probably go away at that point as well, because the reward farming will slow down. And I mean, not everyone would sell 2-cent cards on the market like these bots are doing. That would take more time probably than most people have if they're farming. Well, I guess if you're only farming 2 or 4 reward cards a day, it's probably fine. But yeah, I mean, so let's go into Aaron here, right? Let's look at his account again. Is this account, the sale account? We know all the bot accounts. They don't own any cards. They just rent the cards. They have no starter cards, no ghost cards that they own, right? So I go into this Aaron account, and let's take a look here. We're just going to filter on Chaos Legion summoners, right? Because if this bot account that's farming right now is going to continue to farm in the future with the rank rewards coming online, they're going to have summoners ready to delegate or give to all of their bot farms. Whoops, look at this. Chaos Legion is the filter. Summoners is what I'm filtering on. The Aaron master account has no Chaos Legion summoners. That's interesting. Let's take a look at Alpsy. I mean, honestly, this is scary. And I'm not here to spread FUD. I have a lot of my own personal money invested in Splinterlands. And this is, regardless of what Bitcoin is doing, I don't want to see this game get any bad press. But at the same time, I mean, what am I supposed to do? Find this stuff and not say anything? Let everyone, just run up to the cliff and jump off all together at once on June 1st? I don't know. I mean, I guess I could just keep it to myself and not say anything, but I mean, as a community, we all deserve to know some of this data, right? So look, this is Alpsy, right? This is the other account that we found today. Let's just take a look at summoners, Chaos Legion, what it owns. Yeah, it owns no Chaos Legion summoners. So, yeah, unless they're shuffling DEC and SPS to different accounts that are just buying up summoners and ghost cards that aren't linked to any of their transfer accounts, which could be the case, right? I mean, it could be. They could just, I'm not really tracking transfers or DEC or SPS or anything like that of where the money's going after the sale, but, they could have an account that's just got, tens of thousands of summoners and ghost cards on it, and they're going to switch it over here once the rank rewards happen. But, I mean, that's certainly a possibility, so we can't rule that out. I think if I do go back to the Explorer, I can see from PeakMonsters at least, I don't think there's any way. I can see packs, cards, and market filters. I can't see like DEC and SPS transfers. I'd have to look at the Hive Blockchain Explorer to probably see more details there and track where they're sending money, basically, from the blockchain to what accounts. And we could look at that maybe in a future video if that's of interest. Let's just look at that AA Floki again, and then we're going to close the video because this is kind of depressing, honestly. Let's see. AA Floki. Let me go to their account. See if I can get to their cards. Okay. Let's see if they own any Chaos Legion Summoners. Yeah, it owns 3 Kelia Friendles and it's selling all 3 of them. So, yeah, chances are, this account's not planning for rank reward updates. So I don't know. I mean, honestly, the town hall today was a little disappointing. There seemed to be no real knowledge of the issues. And again, these aren't new issues, but I don't know if anyone's really looked at how much the rental market is dependent upon these bots and what happens if the bots don't continue to play ball. And it looks like it's very likely that they may not continue to play ball come June 1st. And then what's going to happen to the economy? I don't know. But hopefully Splinterlands is taking a look at this and there is at least an understanding of what happens post June 1st to the game and to the economy. Again, I'm not, to be clear, I'm not saying to ban bots. What I'm saying is this is just data I'm presenting to you. I'm just showing you that there's a lot of, probably like 90% of the card rentals are bots renting those cards. So what happens when the bots stop renting is the question that we have to ask, because it's a possibility. And then again, going back to comments that I've gotten on my YouTube video, basically telling me, I'm doing the game harm here and stop looking into this. Well, I mean, sorry, but this is relevant data that we should know. And like if you saw my last video, people shouldn't stick their head in the sand and say everything's going to be okay. I hope, cross my fingers. I mean, you should make an educated, understanding of what's going on in the game. And again, here we're going to talk a little bit about centralization and decentralization, because I know in the town hall there was a comment that, hey, we want to be decentralized. We don't want to whack-a-mole and ban players and stuff like that. Okay, understand that concept. I know you don't want to ban bots and they're part of the ecosystem. And you talk about decentralization, but here's the ironic twist to that whole decentralization argument, because decentralization is talking about anonymous, you know what I'm saying, anonymity. Anyways, being an anonymous user on a blockchain, and also, not being having centralized company or a centralized entity dictate punishment or terms or anything like that, right? This is kind of the the philosophy there. But also, if you look at decentralization, look at it from a proof of stake perspective. And we've all heard of, if you're familiar with cryptocurrency and blockchains, you've heard of proof of stake and 51% attacks, right? Either from a hash rate perspective or from a staking perspective, and what that can do to a blockchain, right? Well, just bear with me here and walk with me here. So imagine the Splinterlands cards and market and economy is a blockchain, and every card is a hash in a proof of stake algorithm or a stake in a proof of stake situation. What you have with these cards is, again, you have consumers of the hash rate, or let's say the stake, being these bot farms, and they consume a lot of hash or stake, right? I guess hash would be the analogy right here if we're looking at consuming, right? So, so in that case, you also have not necessarily today, but in the future, if you have everyone scooping up these reward cards as investment opportunities and just hoarding millions upon millions of collection power and renting them out to the bots, then you have a small group of investors holding a large amount of collection power or stake or hash, whatever you want to call it, if you're using this as a blockchain algorithm. So you've got a small group holding a large amount, and then you've got a small group of bot farm owners. Like we said, 7 accounts having maybe 40,000 or more bots in our ecosystem. That's 7 users that, if those 7 users decide to walk away, well, they basically can help crash the game or the blockchain with essentially an attack, right? It's a 51% attack if a small group, or in this case, a small group in number, but also influences a large percentage of the blockchain, either hash or stake, in this case, the cards and the collection power being the hash or stake. So hopefully you understand where I'm going with this. So this whole ironic, philosophy of decentralization being kind of the philosophy of why we don't want to do anything with bots, well, ironically, could be the thing that breaks the camel's back here, is because the centralization of the collection power and the cards and the usage in the game is exactly the opposite of what the game is about. So I'll leave you with that thought. Again, I don't want to spread FUD. I just want to show you the facts. I mean, this was unscripted. I went there, I started at the top of the alphabet, and look what we found. I mean, this is not hard. If you're renting cards, I urge you to do the same exercise in your account and see what you see. Again, where do we go from here? I don't know. I mean, hopefully the rank reward changes promote the right behavior, and hopefully the bot farms will find it worthwhile to stay operational and buy and rent cards still. It doesn't look that way right now. I don't know what to tell you. We'll just leave it at that. I'm sure there's going to be some fiery comments in the video description, but look, it is what it is. I'm a Super Bowl on Splinterlands up to this point. You've watched my channel, you've seen my content. It's not anything about spreading FUD. This is just giving you facts. All right, Splinterlands community, until next time, keep stacking those stats. Oh, whoops. I wanted to come back because I just thought of something as well as they're closing out the video that I wanted to also include. So before I just recorded that last segment where I went into the rentals, for those that are wondering, this morning after the town hall with the market crashing, I went into Splinterlands and PeakMonsters and saw some deals. And look, I'm buying cards as of this morning, like I guess this afternoon at 4:43 p.m. That was just like 2 hours ago. Look, before I went through this exercise, I bought Jin Renovas, I bought Jin Chihuahuas. These were epic Chaos Legion reward cards that were selling for 322 collection power for $1. So just as of 2 hours ago, I was buying these. But again, I didn't just, this exercise we just went through was in real time. And you saw my reaction and my, what we found in real time. So, would I have bought all these Crystal Smiths and Wave Smiths, good, rare Chaos Legion epics, or excuse me, rares, for 340 CP for $1 if I had really probably done more digging here into what's going on with the bot farm? I don't know. I mean, it's hard to say. I will say that what we just went through was a little bit of a shocking exercise. My previous stuff that I had done was focused, right? I was actually trying to look at specific data coming from the sales of the market, not looking at my own rentals and seeing how, pervasive the problem was. So again, I don't have all the answers. I don't know what I'm doing here. I'm still torn. Like, I love the game. Obviously I wouldn't have spent money today on all these Wave Smiths, Crystal Smiths, and cards that were on sale today if I didn't think that the game is great and has a future. But I will say it's troubling, deeply troubling to see what we just saw. So again, just so you all know in the community, I'm going through this journey as you're going through it. I'm giving you the data in real time as I'm finding it. It's not like I'm sitting in a scientist lab and saying, how can I manipulate the Splinterlands market, with my, 800 YouTube subscribers. No, I mean, come on. What I'm here to do is just give you the data as I see it. I'm digesting the data. I'm coming up with my analysis as we go. I don't have all the answers. Again, just showing you just how confusing this market is. And I'm torn. I see values, I see deals, I want to buy, I want to be a player, but then we just go down the rabbit hole even further like we just did. And yeah, not really sure if this was maybe the right decision. We'll see. But we got them, we're renting them. Let's see if they pay themselves off. All right, signing off.
That's entertainment.